Hi, it's the Carter Man. I am up here in the hills of West Virginia, up at my wife and I's vacation home. As you can see, it's chilly, it's cold. It's cold. I even got my West Virginia Mountaineers scarf on there, just so I blend in with the natives. In this pavilion here, up at this wonderful Riverbend Park. Look at this. It's free. It's free. You want to have a party? You have a party here for free. And there are lots of parties. And by the way, and every one of them, everyone in the crowd loves Donald J. Trump. There are no Biden supporters at Riverbend Park. I assure you that. About 1,500 homes, about 3,000 folks here on a weekend. It's a residential resort community. There are no Biden supporters, I promise you, okay? If there were, you'd probably see them hanging from those trees over yonder, if you can see those, okay? Little dialect there, yonder. Speaking of dialects, you know, I was watching Candace Owen yesterday. I like Candace Owen. I think she's very smart lady. She was doing a bit on her podcast, which is excellent, by the way. Great alternative media. I keep encouraging you, do not watch the lick-spittle left-wing mainstream media. Watch the alternative media. And Candace's podcast is very, very good, and I encourage you to watch it. Along with Bannon, obviously, the War Room, and Coffee with the Carter Man every Tuesday. You can go to constitutionalrightspack.com, subscribe to the newsletter, and you get free the Coffee with the Carter Man. And let me tell you something. That is a no-holds-barred, take-no-prisoners podcast. The reason it's called Coffee with the Carter Man is all my life, 50 years in politics in Washington, I was told over and over again, Carter, man, you can't say that. Well, I did and I do, and I encourage you to watch what I think is the best podcast on the internet, Coffee with the Carter Man. Let me make a prediction for you. You start watching it now, and in 6 months, it's going to be so popular that you're going to have bragging rights, kind of like the song, the country music songs I used to love listening to. Barbara Mandrell, I think it was. I was country when country wasn't cool. You're going to be able to say I was with the Carter Man when the Carter Man wasn't cool. Okay, so. That's the podcast to watch, and all of the alternative media. Okay, and Candace yesterday was just livid about B.J. Harris's phony blackness, if I may. Now, I don't know what color she is. She looks kind of mocha to me, pretty much same color as my wife, who's from Honduras. Which is a very pretty color. It's a very pretty color, but my wife is not going to run around saying, yo soy negro. I am black. It ain't happening. And I don't know what Kamala's up to, but I do know this. And I think you may share this. I get a little tired of her slipping into the phony black dialect when she's around black people. And were I black, okay, and remember, all of my neighbors, I live in a very mixed neighborhood, by choice, lower middle income, because I like the working people. If you're one of them, I love you. And so I love the black dialect, okay? Hey, Kata, how you doing today? I love that. But I hate it when she all of a sudden slips into it, because I think it's insulting. Candace had a video. This one's so phony, folks. She lies about everything. Okay, now whether she's black or not, I don't know whether to lie or not. Doesn't seem to be any black folk in her family other than her, but I don't know. Okay, she's kind of like the Steve Martin movie. The name slips in my mind right now. It starts out with him sitting on a porch saying, I was born into a black family, and he thinks he's black. And he's as white as he can be. It's a very funny movie. Maybe I'll think of it before I'm done here. But that is kind of her. And the black dialect thing makes me want to throw up, okay? And if I were black, I'd be incredibly insulted, okay? So Candace had this video of her talking about, she's talking to black people, and all of a sudden, this woman who normally sounds pretty much like me, she's saying, well, I had made some greens. I made collard greens, and I made them every Christmas. Everybody say, you make the collard greens because you make them so good, and I make some in my bathtub. I has to make so many. Excuse me. I have some black neighbors who might talk like that, and I'm sure they even make collard greens, but they don't shift into that dialect when they want to be black and shift out of it when they want to be the normal Kamala Harris, BJ, the normal BJ Harris. When she was performing her act for Willie Brown, I wonder if she, hey, Willie, this is so good, I can't believe it. Or whether she just talked normal, okay? Look, this is insulting. This is duplicitous. This is the very essence of BJ Harris, okay? You cannot believe a word she says. You cannot trust a thing she does, okay? That's what we have here. This woman is mentally ill, quite frankly, all right? She is mentally ill. It'd be like if I sat here and because I'm in West Virginia with my mother, well, I'm down here in West Virginia. I'd be near the swimming pool here, and I think every West Virginia would say, what the hell's wrong with that man? Okay? Well, that's how we feel about BJ Harris. This is a dangerous woman. And I'm getting with the prediction. She let in 15 million illegal alien invaders. They're going to multiply. My Honduran wife has 18 brothers and sisters. There are already about 60 million Latinos in the country. When they become the majority, guess who is going to suddenly become a Latino and say, estoy bien, muy bien, hola, hola. You got it. B.J. Harris. Phony is a $3 bill. Got to fight this woman at every turn. We got to don't get weary in well-doing, as the Bible says. We got to fight, fight, fight. Let's do this thing. For God's sake and the country's sake, stay strong.